doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
We kick this off. I gotta tell you, I gotta give you your flowers, man.
For what?
I be seeing you catching all this flack lately. I ain't.
It's crazy.
Man, it's crazy. But one thing about it though, I like what you do for the city, man. You feel me?
I appreciate that, bro.
You uplifting artists. You putting artists on the platform. You giving us content. So I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? So all the flack, I ain't rocking with the bullshit. So I just wanted to give your flowers.
Thank you,
That's
brother,
it.
man. I appreciate
For
that.
sure,
Yeah,
for
sometimes
sure.
people got to realize that there's a directory that's being created for all the artists and entertainers and moguls in the city. Like, if you look at it, we're at 600 episodes, and it's like all Detroit for real.
All
So
Detroit.
one day in 5 years, when you ever wondered who somebody was, or if you ever wondered like what somebody was really about, you can actually peep out their interview that never would have happened.
Hell
So
yeah.
many people never get looked into. Like you did an interview with the Forum, right?
Yeah.
And I seen it got a good response. It's like, we need platforms like this to get artists like you to tell their story before you blow up and it's too late.
Yeah.
You think you would ever go on like No Jumper or Vlad or anything, or are those not your style?
Yeah, probably. If
Are
we
you
can
more
have
Vlad or more No Jumper?
probably more Vlad.
Why?
But I get on No Jumper too. If we can have a serious conversation, yeah, I get on all that.
What do you think about Vlad? Like the success of him and like where he's at?
Vlad going crazy. I just
Swear.
seen his growth and where he started. I mean, since I was a kid for real. So I see what Vlad doing. He be having a lot of information though, people, but Vlad be having a lot of information. But I see what he doing, especially what he doing with Boosie. That's funny.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They got a
bro.
thing going on.
Tell everybody where you're from, bro.
Detroit, Michigan, West Side, born and raised. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Detroit.
What was your life like growing up in Detroit?
Life like everybody else's story for real, you know. We had our struggles, we had our ups and downs, but we got through it. I used to hoop. You know, I played basketball to kind of stay out of the streets and kind of stay focused. But
How far did you get with basketball? Did you get to college level?
yeah, I went to college. I ended up going to college for basketball and everything, but I noticed it wasn't my after the COVID hit, I noticed it wasn't my passion. Then I'm coming back and forth from the city. I was all the way out in Tennessee. I'm coming back and forth from the city and stuff. And, you come back to the city, you getting your own little bullshit. And, you got to still see them same people, your friends and stuff you grew up with. So, yeah.
Did you play anybody that made it to the league?
AAU-wise,
Oh, cool.
I played like Jason Tatum and stuff like that. I used to play for the family. So I played with some heavy hitters with the family. Like people that's in the league now, Josh Jackson, a bunch of people.
You play with Josh too?
Yeah, Josh Miles, a bunch of them.
Who was
people.
the most difficult person you played with?
Difficult? No, I ain't play with nobody difficult. They all just did their thing, like since we was kids. So I can't say nobody I played with difficult.
Did you know Josh and Miles growing up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We
great.
played with the family together. So
Okay,
them
that's
boys always got busy for real.
Yeah, man. Josh and Miles are insane, man. I don't know.
Same.
Josh is I don't know where he's at right now, but Miles is still hooping.
Yeah, I'm
Going
proud
crazy.
of them boys too. They going crazy. And Miles rapping too. He doing his thing.
RTB,
Yeah,
Capo,
yeah.
and all
That-
those.
that-
Going crazy.
Yeah, Capo, that's my mans. That's
Really?
my mans. Yeah, we locked in. We got some stuff cooking up too.
So you got a connection with Flint then?
Yeah, on that basis, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, on that basis.
So you were hooping and you realized it wasn't for you, and then the COVID era kind of comes along. So what happens after that for you? Like, what was your mindset?
After that, I'm thinking like, I was nibbling and dabbling with the music. I always wrote poetry, you feel me? So going into that, I got inspiration from Rod Wave. It was a lot of things going on as far as traumatizing things. Lost a lot of people, so I started writing. And then going into the poetry aspect, listening to Rod Wave, and that's when I started rapping. But I didn't want to rap, I just wanted to write at first, and then go into managing. Because, I was going to school or whatever, so I'm like, I'm about to just become a manager. I'm going to come out, just become a manager. But I noticed people weren't on the same page as me, so I'm like, man, I just rap. Ended up buying me a studio, got me a little setup, and I noticed my voice sounded right on them tracks, and we went from there, for real.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, I seen the on the radar, and I seen just how like fluid you are, bro. Like it's just you have a natural flow.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like
appreciate it,
integrated in your system.
Yeah.
Where does the music nature come from?
Man, the music come from, like, I got older parents. So my pops put me on a lot of old school music, like when it was kind of less gimmicky. You know what I'm saying? So just being around that and him being a fan of music, I was influenced by Tupac.
For sure.
Heavy on the Tupac. So I got influenced by, you know, older cats like Snoop Dogg, Tupac. Then we can go even fast forward, even on the Detroit aspect, like Blade and stuff like that. So I'm listening to these people growing up, but this the type of music that was embedded in my head. So when I got to making music, it was easy on that part.
Yeah. So you were the mainstream level. You were incorporating the old school cats from the '90s, but in the Detroit level, you're getting the underground feel.
Yeah,
Street Lords, Rock Bottom.
Yeah.
Which is it's like the best way to have it, right? Because you get to experience your city's sound and then the mainstream sound, like what the world is constantly hearing, right?
Yeah, we was popping it way different than the industry too. Like I even incorporated a little bit. I hear the Master P, the New Orleans type style too. I like all of that. Pops put me on all of that. So when I got to the Detroit sound, far as with Blade, Big Hurt, and them, then you know later on, Doughboys Cash Out. Man, I fell in love with our sound for real.
I swear,
we pop it different.
And it all kind of roots from the beats too, right?
Yeah,
like, it's really this guy Payroll, bro, out of nowhere, just
Payroll be popping it, man.
Who would you want to work with if it came to producer collaborations?
On a producer level,
yeah,
hell of a. But I'm willing to work with anybody that's willing to work with me for real. But you know, hell of a, like the biggest name. Once you get a hell of a beat, you kind of stamp. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So hell of a, I want to work with hell of a for sure. Cause I mean, he beyond Detroit now. You know what I'm saying? He done produced a lot of big cats now, and Pooh Beats been going crazy too.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how that Pooh too.
Your music, I've seen you talk about it, but it is really true. It seems like it's authentic. Like what you rap about is real life to you.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sound like there's any false nature to your music at all, man. Talk about staying with that integrity, right, and how important it is for you to stay with that integrity.
I feel like it's important right now in today's era of rap for real. It's real. At this point in rap, it's a lot of gimmicky shit going on. And it's deterring the whole genre for real. It's fucking up the whole rap genre because everything is microwave. It's like, we out with him, in with the next him. Copy paste music. It's like copy paste. It's nothing wrong with talking about your life. You know what I'm saying? Even if you wake up, eat a toaster strudel, or had a bad day and got fired from your job, talk about that shit. Somebody else went through the same thing. Yeah. It's important to hear that everybody not rich. We done heard 1,000 people say, I done fucked your hoe, did this, I did it. We done heard that shit already. Talk about your real life. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's very important. I'm trying to push an initiative right now to bring the real back.
Yeah, and that's where the real is rare probably comes into play, right?
Definitely.
And, it is interesting because people feel like they have to pop out, right? And they need to they have to have the kid on them already. They already have to have all going for them. They need to be original. That's like, no, bro, I want to watch you from ground zero get to the top. I don't want to watch you start at 100. And I know that's not even real.
Right.
Like, I already know you're lying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
there's nothing wrong with talking about being a broke rapper. Y'all can talk about being a broke rapper, bro. People can, relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody ain't got it coming in this rap game, but you gotta put your all into the shit.
And I think what the mentality is they think, why would anybody listen to me if I don't got money? And that's the wrong way to look at it.
Super wrong, because most of the people that's listening to you don't have money. Like, most of the people that listen to you don't have no money, so they can relate to that shit. You talk about you being a broke rapper. You talk about how you need to pay your bills and how you were struggling to pay your bills. Talk about that shit. People want to hear that.
I think that is why NBA players have a hard time breaking into rap. Because even like Allen Iverson, I think he was Jules like in 2000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you are a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Yeah.
But it be hard, but it ain't hard. Like because you could pop, like, they got struggle stories too. So talking about your childhood coming up, and I want to hear that too. Like I said, I like what Miles and them doing too, because I mean, you know what I'm saying? They from Flint.
True.
Even though he got the $1 million contracts and stuff, he is from Flint, so he do got a story, and they popping it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm balling now, so this is what I'm giving you.
Yeah, we got Jello too. Jello's
Jello doing this thing. It's hard to speak on Jello because I don't really know Jello. You know what I'm saying? Because they do look like he had a a decent life, but I don't really know. So
Man, I don't know about all that, bro. Did he come up in the craziness?
I don't know.
He's the definition. You just come straight balling. Like,
Yeah,
there was no.
But this shit hard though. However, this shit hard though. I respect what they doing though for sure.
I agree, because at the end of the day, you can be as rich as you want, but for people to listen to your music, it takes more than that, right? You got to have some type of talent. So, with Real is Rare, man, can you talk about the process? Can you break it down for everybody?
The process, man, I was going through like a tough time in my life. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was having a mini depression moment. It was like a mini depression moment. So when I wrote that, man, I had lost it all. Like, I had lost everything. So then I had just had a baby. It was a tough time. So when I'm writing that, I'm like, even when my best friend told me, like, man, I'm talking to my best friend every day. She like, go ahead, talk about that. Talk about what you're going through. Talk about what you telling me. So I'm like, all right, you right. I end up making a song and putting everything that I've been going through on the song. Perfect beat. Roy had the perfect beat for me. First beat I put on, I'm like, this the one. And I just put everything on there. And that's how it happened.
Amazing strategy.
Yeah.
It's the simplest thing. Was just like tell her the truth of your life.
Yeah, and then it was a last minute song. That wasn't even supposed to go on my tape. The tape was going to be called Real is Rare, but I had another song called Taboo that I feel like I did that on. But I'm like, I put it out as a single. It wasn't really going up like that. So I'm like, let me make something real fast. And I put that on there. But the song I was really pushing was Trench Therapy, because I really feel like I vented on Trench Therapy just like that. But Real is Rare got caught on TikTok and went crazy.
That's insane. Yeah, because the intro is crazy, right?
Yeah, the intro.
So talk about sometimes when you make a song and not knowing it's going to be the one, and expecting the other ones to be the ones that go prolific.
That's why it's so important to really put your music out. You know what I'm saying? You can't really just make a song like some people be like, oh, you need to make a song for TikTok, or you need to make a shaky butt song, or you need to do this, you need to do that. You don't know what's going to be what. You could try to strive for a strip club song. You don't know what they going to play in the strip club. I heard that song get played in the strip club. So you just really just never know. So the best advice I can have for upcoming artists is to put your shit out.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to Sada about that one time. We got some argument about that shit. He was like, we were talking about how an artist should strategically plan his rollout in his albums and his catalog. And he looked at me, he's like, motherfucker, he's like, an upcoming artist shouldn't even know what a catalog is, bro. He's like, you should just be dropping.
Drop that shit.
Damn, I never thought about it like that.
And the way he did it was crazy.
Yeah.
The way he first coming up, when he first started dropping music, he was dropping. And that's the method. Drop. Promote that song. Go hard for that week or 2 or 3 and drop another one. Do the same thing. But what people got to know is you got to be consistent, though.
True.
You can't just be doing shit, just dropping anything and not promoting your shit and then take a break. Because it's like you take that break, I got to start all over again. That's how it feel to me.
Yeah, because everybody that stays consistent just keeps elevating, and like once you see that familiarity, when you see their name on those platforms, you're like, give them a chance more.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all feel the artists that are inconsistent. Like, we all know who those guys are, even the guys who are the most talented. We feel it, and I just don't take them seriously for some reason. I just can't listen to your music when I know you're not really making music.
Even your small fans will feel it. Let's just say you're an artist that just only got 100 fans. They'll know when you're not being consistent. They'll know you're not dropping. People will hit your DM. Why you not dropping? And over time, like I said, it's a microwave era. Out with you this month and then in with somebody else that's damn near talking the same way you talking. So that's why it's very important to stay in your own lane, find you a lane and kind of mash it.
And there's a new phenomenon happening now too, where artists are saying that other artists are taking their styles, and then I'll look at it, I'm like, man, you're kind of right. That dude did take your style, but also you haven't posted a song in 2 years, bro. So it's my boy, he did it better, and he's doing it now. So that happens when you're inconsistent.
A lot of people taking, I ain't gonna say a lot of people taking, I say Icewear style. A lot of the industry then kind of. I know this a hot take, but Icewear kind of like the new Future, the underground Future to me. And when I say that, you know when Future first had came out, right? Everybody was biting the auto-tune style. Everybody was biting his flow and everything. I feel like the same thing happened with Icewear. Yeah. The beat selection was dark, the thumps in there, his whole little flow. I feel like a lot of people adapted Icewear style and get the credit he's supposed to have.
And that's why he's still pushing it to the fastest to market as possible. He wants people to know, like, this is my sound. Yeah. I think there was like controversy where, like, I think they were saying Lotto was taking a sound and stuff like that, and I was like, damn, bro.
Because it's like, it's hard. a lot of people taking the style don't even know where the style came from though. Like it ain't that she just taking his style. She probably, I don't know. She probably knew or probably don't know. But Icewear's style then grew so much that they don't. It's an industry sound now. So everybody got it. The whole Florida that adapted to Icewear style.
What do you think Icewear could have done? Coming from a person who had manager aspirations, what do you think he could have done to make sure that it was solidified to be his sound?
It's nothing he could have did. That's why people like me in the city just got to be behind him and just let people know, like, that's Icewear sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even, I ain't going to just say Icewear. Rocaine, Icewear, it's like a mixture. Like, they kind of created that whole little beat style and that flow on that beat. You know what I'm saying? That's all Rocaine to Icewear, so.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you say that because when we had Vezzo on here, he said the same thing. He said, it's not my job to be the one that's telling people my style's being stolen. He's like, it's up to the city.
That's the city. Yeah.
And if I was seeing it happen to somebody else, I would speak up.
Hell
Y'all
yeah.
got to speak up, bro.
Hell yeah, with city, that's what we got to get behind our artists. First thing we got to do, we got to get behind all our artists because that's how all the other cities do it. Atlanta was like that. You know what I'm saying? New York was like that at the time before they got the beefing and everything. But you got to stand by your artists. That's the only way we can grow this.
Absolutely.
Keep it growing.
Absolutely. It's crazy, too, because you can see it with skits. Like,
Yeah.
you ever watch, like, some guy make a skit, and it's like, he'll go to the grocery store and do some prank.
Yeah.
He has 30,000 views, and then all of a sudden, these guys with 5 million views steal that prank idea, and they just run off with it. And I'm always like, damn, bro, that's why fastest to market is so important. Like, you got to make sure you blitz that shit. What you said earlier, marketing, putting your face out there constantly. That's the only way you can reinforce it.
Yeah.
Even right now, nobody can steal, like, anything I got going on or the format I got going on because I got to it so quick that if you did it, people would be like, that's whack.
And you mashing it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You mashing it. It's like I'm giving you constant content. Yeah. I'm keeping it going. I gotta keep this shit going.
You have an army to defend you if anybody does come up and try to jack your shit.
Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Talk about other areas of the tape and the project that you feel like were under appreciated, or do you feel like didn't get heard enough?
Like I said, like that trench therapy. I felt like that should have been. I feel like that should have been talked about a little bit. I wish that kind of would have went viral because
break it down for people.
For the trench therapy, that whole process, like I was going through at a time where I needed therapy and stuff like that. You know, being from the hood or the ghetto or the trenches, however you want to call it, a lot of people don't know that mental health is real. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to somebody. Go get that together. We be having all type of issues. People be having mama issues, dad issues, but environmental issues, we need to talk about that. Go talk to somebody. So when I made trench therapy, I really came to grips with myself. I'm like, man, I'm going through something mentally. Like my mind ain't strong right now. You know what I'm saying? So when I got the writing out there, I was crying when I made that. I dropped some tears making trench therapy, talking about different cousins that I lost, different things I was going through, all them type of situations. It was hard, but it need to be talked about. And more people in our community need to be talking about their problems. That's why you seeing a lot of people just giving up on life or all type of aspects. Talk, man. Go talk to somebody. Let somebody know. Or vent. Talk about it in your music. So that's kind of with the trench therapy thing. And later on, I'm going to try to do a trench therapy whole tape. Kind of to, press that.
Yeah, and I think it's important, regardless of the reach, that you put out something that important, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's not even about how many views it got, but like the fact that you knew it was the right thing to put out there.
Yeah.
Talk about you got a lot of receptivity from on the radar. A lot of people are paying attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you move forward? Do you start thinking more in a formula style? Do you think like, okay, I know it works now, I know what's best suited, or do you kind of go like, no, I'm gonna keep it the way I've been doing it, and just if it hits, it hits?
That's a good question. I ain't gonna lie, that's one of them questions that I've been going back and forth with myself on. So to answer that, like after the On the Radar, I was thinking like, damn, do I do the same thing or do I make the same type of song? And most people would do that. But I've been noticing, like, after the On the Radar, people been tapping into my other songs, too. So I'm like, okay, this song grabbed their attention. But they also like all my other songs because I'm damn near coming the same way as far as just real, authentic music. So, no, I wouldn't say do the same formula. And shout out to On the Radar, too. They a big platform. They doing a lot for the up-and-coming artists, too. I like what they doing.
Huge, bro.
They doing their thing. So, no, I would say just keep making your type of music. Just keep making your same type of music because you will hurt yourself trying to think like, damn, can I make the same formula? Can I do the same song? And song ended up being whack as hell.
I'm sure you're because you come from an era where you were listening to the underground Detroit scene and on that you have appreciation for the sound collectively. But what era did you appreciate the most from Detroit music scene? And also, do you like the direction the music scene is going in right now in Detroit?
My favorite era, probably the Doughboys.
Team East Side time?
Yeah, man. Oh, that was a time. I ain't gonna lie. Middle school, I was in middle school. Man, we was rapping that shit. The way they was popping it, I'm like, damn, like this how Pops and them used to be doing it back in the day. Like I was fucking with that. And they was talking our language, like especially Doughboys. Like I ain't from the East, I'm from the West Side. So the way Doughboys was popping it, they talking that shit, and that's how West Side people was popping it back then. So we was loving that. Everything they was talking about dog hoes. I'm like, damn. So I appreciate that. And they if you listen to the sound of Team East and Doughboys, it still translate over to this day. So
yeah.
the way we carrying our music, I love it. But the thing is with Detroit, and I hate it. We got this spotlight on us right now. We got it right now. Everybody targeting us. Everybody love what we got going on. Mind you, we Motown. You know what I'm saying? So we come from the music aspect from back in the day with the, Michael Jackson, Berry Gordy, all of them. One thing we got to do to keep this thing going, we got to start pushing our up-and-coming artists more, though. We got to push them more because it's the same people kind of popping, which ain't nothing wrong with it. I love who popping right now. The same people kind of popping, but we got to push our up-and-coming artists. Atlanta, they had it. When they had it, it was an artist every year coming out of Atlanta, producing an artist or two.
True. Right now, it happens from time to time, but it's more rare. I think the last person was Skilla, maybe? I think Skilla was the last person.
Maybe Skilla was the last person. I'm trying to think.
Lil Mello, too.
Lil Mello, he going crazy.
Let's talk about Detroit. Let's not talk about Flint. Let's talk about Detroit.
Because I was about to bring in Flint because I was like Babyface E.
Yeah, you got E, you got Rio.
I was about to say they was going crazy.
Yeah.
One Up T going crazy.
One Up T's going crazy.
He going crazy. So it's a couple, but we gotta push more. We gotta produce more. Like Florida's, they producing. Dallas producing. Dallas is producing.
I think the biggest problem that happens is once people get motion, they do tend to stray away. And then they try everything else, and then if it doesn't work, they come back, and then I think a lot of bridges get burned by that time because it's kind of feel like that shit happens to me all the time where I'm like, I'll invest in somebody, and then they'll go, like after they take off, they'll go do all this other shit, and they don't come back here until they fizzle out. And it's like, no, you're supposed to like kind of keep that shit in rotation with everybody that you're working with that makes sense to work with instead of just working with popular people. Yeah. Like once an artist starts feeling like they're making it, they start going and working with popular people instead of people that actually make sense to work with. Yeah, like what's going to actually complement my sound? Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go work with who's popular right now. That's what everybody does, bro. They don't think about how their music is being projected anymore. They just think, how do I become more popular?
No, that's a fact. And then if you stay in I ain't going to say just stay in your city, but bring some of them up and coming artists to them artists. Put them on the song with the out of towners or something like that, because you get a lot of more love from your city when you do that.
True.
You keep it in it. We need to keep this thing going in a circle. I'm not saying like no fuck with no out of towners, because I want to work with some out of towners. It's a couple people from a couple different states I want to work with and shit, and I don't mind that. But let's produce in our city first, though.
Truth.
These the first people we need to do, and I think a big thing we can do is like one thing Atlanta got right. They got record companies. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any record labels for real. If they can get together and ban a label who are all the people that's popping and come together and make a one big label, maybe two or one big label, shit, we can really take over and keep this shit going and have a run.
Truth, man.
Yeah.
From a managing aspect, just because I feel like you have like quite a database of knowledge with it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think some artists are making mistakes with right now in the upcoming scene? What do you think the biggest mistakes you're witnessing with up-and-coming artists is?
The biggest mistake, this is the biggest mistake, thinking you have to be somewhere that you don't have to be. Trying to be, oh, I got to have this amount of money, or I got to make this amount of money, or let me stack my paper up. No, that's a terrible way of thinking. Right. When you're an artist, whatever you're doing, whatever your hustle is, whatever your grind is, bro, put that towards the music. It's all about budgeting, first of all. This what I always had a thing for budgeting and money and shit. Like, separate this for bills, this for this for that, this for clothes. Put something aside to your marketing and your music. Or when you do got some money, stack you up so many damn songs where you could just produce a single every other month. And then put whatever you doing, job, selling, scamming, whatever you doing, just put it towards your music. Put something towards your music. It don't cost that much to market your music.
Yeah.
It don't cost that much to market. Now, it costs a lot if you really want to push a single. But just to market your music, to keep it consistent, it don't cost that much.
Yeah, to stay relevant around your community, it doesn't cost that much money.
Don't
it
cost
probably
that much.
costs you like $300 a month or less
Literally.
to make sure you're in circulation.
Literally, just to keep it going where people can still be talking about you a little bit. Once you got that light on you. Now, if you popping and you see something blowing up like how I got my song blowing up, you might have to put some money behind it. You might have to
sure.
put
Everybody does.
Yeah,
like,
you might have to
everybody
put some
does.
money.
Mainstream artists will talk about all the time putting $250,000 into a song after they realized it was working.
I can see that. I can see that aspect, and that's why I said people like, man, you keep posting this song, and you keep, man, we gonna keep this going,
Bro, I don't give a fuck. Hey, look, there's this clip. I was in a Laugh in the Life of Jack Funny's TV episode thing.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he tells me like he makes fun of my turtleneck sweater. I found a page today that has that 60 times. It's one of those pages that reposts it every single day.
Yeah.
And some of them have 100,000 views and some of them have 5,000 views. But like it just keeps blowing up on different clips and it's all the same clip over and over again.
Gotcha.
And I was thinking like, bro, like if you do that with music, it's kind of the same thing. Like
Same
more
thing.
people are going to hear it because the algorithm is pushing it towards different crowds.
Without giving them too much sauce, it's like let's say for instance like the radio.
Right.
The radio, you can listen to a song on the radio, and first time you hear it, you be like, man, I don't even like this shit. The radio go keep playing it though. So after a while, you gonna know the lyrics and everything. It's the same with your music, man. Post that shit. Keep posting. Somebody they gonna start liking that shit. And after a while, like now people walk up to me, you ever lost your bitch in your stash in the same year? Like nah, it's in their heads now. So it's damn near like a radio method. So
who's an artist that you listened to that you weren't a fan of and then you became a fan of them because they got pushed so much?
Damn, I can't think of nobody.
I think Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty?
Yeah, Yachty at first. I was like, man, I don't know about all that.
I ain't gonna lie. No, you right. Maybe Yachty. But Yachty music grew though. It ain't that they pushed him. It grew. And he came here too.
Yeah.
And he just adapted our style and mixed his style with it and it went crazy. But I was in Atlanta. I went to school down in Atlanta too. So I was down in Atlanta. They was already playing Lil Yachty. This back when people didn't even mess with Detroit music.
Damn.
So they playing Lil Yachty. They playing Juice WRLD. They playing like different people like that. Even though Juice WRLD was from Chicago, he still kind of had like an Atlanta sound a little bit. They playing them different people. I'm listening to Yachty. I wasn't really feeling it like that at the time.
Yeah.
Man, but Yachty music then grew, man.
It did, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I actually started like liking his music, well, he did the Michigan Boat Boy, right? So that was kind of like where he collaborated with everybody around here. But then T Grizzly, the tape that when they did From D to the A, off top, man, that shit was crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what the fuck?
But what him and V's got going on, they got something special going on right now though.
And he podcasts too. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it. I'm gonna get into the podcasting world too.
I think it's a very rare entity that's capable of talking a lot on the microphone and being able to go make the music though, because if you give too much to the audience, I think they get like, all right, man, I know too much about your ass now.
Yeah.
I think Lil Yachty made it to the point where he can do that. That's what I'm trying to tell a lot of these rappers, like, chill out with this Twitch streaming shit, bro. Like, you're on there 24/7. You have no mystique, bro. When I was growing up listening to like Eminem or Tupac, I didn't know too much about them. I just knew their music was crazy, and then I would see them pop up on MTV, and I'm like, all right.
They had a certain type of mystery about them, but a thing nowadays, people, the fans want to connect with an artist, so that they want to know your personality. They want to have a relation. They want to feel like they know you.
You think?
Yeah, some of them want to feel like they know you. Like I think like even with all the drill rapping music like that, the way they pop it on the internet and stuff like that, the fans feel like, okay, I know these people. Like, then when they make the music, okay, he probably really did that, not knowing nothing about them, but they want to know something about you. They want to feel like they know you.
So you think music has transitioned to less mystique? Like, mystique doesn't matter as much anymore?
Yeah, it's the internet era now. Back then, if they had the internet, we would have knew all about Eminem and Dr. Dre and all. We would have knew more about them. It's the internet era now. You gonna know about somebody. All you gotta do is look their name up.
They could be. You could be right because they were never able to really test that hypothesis out
Yeah.
because all you had was TV and radio to push somebody. The internet was barely around for you to be able to like. Let me see what Tupac's doing today. Like, that wasn't even there.
Facts.
You could never even search for Tupac.
You gotta go live. You gotta make vlogs. They want to feel you. They want to understand.
Man? I'm gonna listen to what you say and I'm gonna apply it to one of my artists. I'm gonna be like, yo, man, just start pushing it. Like, fuck the mystique.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you an example. G Herbo.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people seeing his personality and is gravitating towards his music now. They ain't really understand G Herbo. They feel like he was rapping off beat. They feel like the way he was the way he was rapping was a little bit off. Excuse me. The way he was rapping was a little bit off beat or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But now since he's showing his personality, he been on the Shade Room a lot. People gravitating. People like G Herbo now.
What about Kevin Gates?
Another one. That's another one. Like Kevin Gates, like if you really listen to Kevin Gates, he know what he talk about. And him, one of my Muslim brothers too, because you know what I'm saying, I'm Muslim. So listening to Kevin Gates and the way he talk in his interviews and then what he translated to his music, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
So tell me an artist that you listen to a lot that also puts himself on the map constantly, where you're constantly seeing him and you listen to him.
G Herbo was one. G
That's
Herbo for sure.
number one?
G Herbo probably number one right now. And I mess with Rob 49 be going crazy.
Rob 49's on the internet like that?
Yeah, he been messing with them Twitch streamers and stuff lately.
Babyface Ray's been on that too. He's been
Babyface Ray been on that.
Streams.
That's another one. Peasy been on that too.
Peasy's all over there.
Yeah, man, Peasy all over the internet. But they like that. They want to see that though. Like Peasy showing your his shoe collection, crazy. Yeah. Then showing his house and everything. Then when he pop it in the music, it's like, damn, all right, I could feel Peasy music because that's really his life.
I'm gonna get you in some trouble if you want to get in some trouble. But do you want to get in some trouble? Is the question. Top five Detroit rappers all time.
Top 5 Detroit rappers all time. Man,
if you want to get in trouble, man, just say so because you can get in trouble for these ones.
Man,
just say no. You can skip them.
I ain't gonna go in no order. That's tough. We gotta put Blade in there. Mm-hmm. We gotta put Blade in there. Damn, it's hard because you got to put Pay in there. You got to put Payroll in there, man. You got to put Peasy in there. You got to put Ray in there. These people got to go in there. 5th, top 5 all time, you say, right?
All time.
Damn. You might have to throw Viz in there. You might have to throw Viz in there. This is all time. This is going off of they whole catalog and what they did and what they did for the city. So, and
you're basing it off of Detroit sound. You're not thinking about like mainstream sound. So you're not thinking. Are you not going Eminem, Big Sean?
No, I kind of exclude them. Then you got to throw Cash Doll in there probably for 6 or some days, loafing them too. Like,
now check it out. A lot of people have the discrepancy, right? The mainstream artists that made it, Royce da 5'9", Eminem, you know what I'm saying, Big Sean, Dej Loaf.
Yeah.
They sometimes separate those from the underground or from the Detroit rap sound.
Yeah.
What's your reasoning for not putting Eminem, Big Sean, or Royce da 5'9" on those lists?
Well, first of all, M is a rap god. So if we was talking about top 5 all time, and my all time list, M would be on my top 5 all time list, like with Tupac, Biggie, Nas, and all of them. He'd be there. So I just exclude M. Big Sean, Royce da 5'9", they dope too. I mean, you could put them in there too, but they just went so industry, like not industry, but they had a mainstream sound. So when I hear Detroit, I'm talking about more the gutter sound, more the where I come from sound. Like not even saying they didn't come from where I come from, just that sound and talking about what I went through and stuff like that. So that's where I base it off of.
Yeah, it's a very interesting approach.
Yeah,
right?
Dej Loaf in there though. Like Dej Loaf on that list. Like she in the top 10.
Eminem did have some close to Detroit talk. Like when he did Rock Bottom, and he did Rock Bottom, and he did a couple other songs on Infinite and the Slim Shady EP that were kind of like, have you heard If I Had $1 million, that song? But anyway,
I gotta
it's a song about, it's like the Rock Bottom and If I Had are like straight up struggle music.
Yeah.
Like straight up like my life is fucked up right now.
M dope, man. That was the first CD I ever bought. Was the Eminem? Was the red
Marshall
one?
Mathers? Oh, red one.
What he was at? It was like red curtains on it or something like that.
Eminem Show.
Yeah, that was the first CD I ever bought. So I've been rocking with M. M probably one of my favorite rappers all time.
Oh yeah, for
M
sure.
go crazy the way he rap, the way he be putting his rhyme schemes together. I fuck with M. But far as Detroit, I think M just so different, man. M different. Like I ain't gonna say he bigger than Detroit because he put Detroit on the map. 8 Mile. When I was going out of town, everybody 8 Mile. I seen 8 Mile. 8 Mile. That was the first thing everybody talked about. So M do put Detroit on the map. He be talking about Detroit a whole lot, but just sound basis, demographic, what we be talking about, like you know what I'm saying. The way it's different.
There's there's ways of discrepancy between the mainstream sound and the Detroit sound for sure. And Big Sean and Eminem and Royce the 5'9" definitely are their own sounds.
Big Sean coming back though.
Coming to Detroit?
He on his Detroit sound now though. Like I've been seeing him popping more on Detroit beats, the more gritty, dark beats. I've been hearing him and he been going crazy. I like the song he got with Peasy Icewear, the one he got with GT. I like the way how he came on there. He was Big Sean been doing his thing. I rock with
bro.
Big Sean.
He collaborates a lot with the upcoming.
Me and Big Sean went to the same high school. So,
really?
Yeah, I went to Cass Tech. So shout out to Big Sean.
Cass is like one of the most talked about schools. Man. So what's the culture like in Cass?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I rock with Cass because mind you, it's 3,000 people in there. So it's already like a mini college or a college for real, like for real. So every day you see a new person every day. It's so much freedom. You get to do what you want to do, and they be, the principals be looking out. They got a big alumni, so they be having a lot of people come through. Cash Dog came to Cass when I was there. Big Sean, man, Peasy, all of them, they already came in, and that was a minute ago. So, man, yeah, Cass Tech.
3,000 kids in one school.
3,000 kids in one school, man. You learn a lot. You pick up a lot. So, a lot of the life lessons that I had growing, like being in my 20s or whatever, I already went through a lot of that stuff at Cass. Like,
what do you learn from Cass?
Man, dealing with first of all, it's gonna be a lot of drama, especially when you doing your thing. Like I had learned a lot of stuff on how to handle certain situations as far as just relationships and everything. You know what I'm saying? Friends, I lost a lot of friends there, girlfriends, everything. So you just learn a lot at Cass as far as on the social approach. Dealing with different teachers, because you got a lot of freedom. You meet a lot of people there. So as far as on that note, yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
A lot of culture.
A lot of culture, yeah.
So much history. I always hear a lot of legends talk about Cass.
Yeah, hell yeah. Diana Ross went there.
Damn.
Kwame. Man, I don't know. I can't even. It's a big
How do you feel
shine.
about Chauncey Billups, man? I feel like, I know you have to be a basketball fan because your history in the game, but
My boy Chauncey,
my favorite
man.
player of all time, Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups, your favorite player of
My
all
favorite
time?
player of all time.
Mr. Big Shot?
Yep. It was always him, and then when Lillard came out and Chauncey retired, I was like, I'm gonna take Lillard because he kind of reminds me of Chauncey. He's like an elevated version of Chauncey, but Chauncey's my favorite player. Of all time.
I never heard nobody say that. But
Chauncey?
Chauncey was dope, though. Yeah, you always hear Kobe, LeBron.
Oh
shit,
yeah, well, like Chauncey because he was an orchestrator, right?
Right.
He ran the point.
Right.
He facilitated the team. Without him, they wouldn't have won the chip.
Right.
He was a pass first. Took over in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I just loved his intelligence and like his control of the game. That's why I always admired about Chauncey. And then when they switched him to Denver for AI, I was heartbroken, bro.
Yeah, he said you was
But
hard,
to see him on the Mafia's talking about him, you know what I'm saying? To see him on the FBI list, to see all this stuff, and to see him walking out of the FBI directory, I'm like, damn, man.
I
can't
don't
believe
really
they're doing this to
understand what's
Chauncey.
going on with these NBA dudes, man. They making too much money, man.
I feel like Chauncey got set up, bro. I feel like Chauncey did not know that these games were rigged. I feel like he literally was like, yo, there's a poker match, pull up. People pulled up, they were rigging the games, and then they all blamed it on Chauncey, bro.
I would
feel
love
like
to
that's
see
what
what
happened
come
100%.
out. I want to see everything that come out and what they discovered about what's going on. But I like not even just Chauncey. Like you hearing about the FanDuel things they've been doing and all the gambling, the NBA players. I don't understand it though. You got millions of dollars. Like, what's your purpose?
I think what happens is they get tied into something and that thing becomes bigger. If you're talking about the mob, they're connecting Chauncey Billups with the mob.
Yeah, that's different.
Once you get connected with the mob, there isn't I'm gonna walk away from this opportunity or no, I'm gonna pass up on that. It's like the streets, bro. If you get tied in, you get tied in to the point where it's hard to get out. And these guys, Chauncey, I'm sure he has some street with him, but the mob is bigger than the street, bro.
I don't know how the mob coming. The mob. I did watch The Sopranos and Godfather and all that stuff. That's how my name kind of came about. But I don't know how the mob coming in nowadays. So
I'll say this one thing about Chauncey, bro.
Yeah.
If they find Chauncey guilt, like I'm.
Knock on wood, man.
Look, if Chauncey gets found guilty, there's still the appeal process. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It's still you can still appeal.
Gotta appeal it, man.
I'm not giving up on Chauncey until the appeal process gets denied twice.
Them boys got too much money. Chauncey got too much money. He got a good lawyer coming, man. He gonna beat that. He gonna beat the Fed. A lot of people been beating the Feds.
Beating the Feds is crazy.
I've been seeing it. We have been seeing it though a lot more than usual. But when you got that type of money, man, you can go to war with them people, man. When you got that type of money, you can go to war in the courtroom. So Chauncey should hopefully be in a good situation.
Have you been performing a lot lately?
I did the Backwoods and Bonfires, but I haven't been doing a lot of performance. I've been in the back doing a lot of like promotion on the internet. But I am about to start performing more, even if it's low key spots. See, the thing with the performing thing, and I heard an old school cat tell me like, he kind of walked me through it. He like, back in the day, it wasn't like this. They had showcases where you didn't have to pay and all of this like that. But it seemed like all the showcases, they want you to pay a lot of bread. You feel me? Just to showcase your talent or have it go. And then I'm looking at it like, is it really beneficial? You know what I'm saying? Paying this amount of money for this, where you could just put it towards promotion and get a whole big effect.
I'll say this. I've been to a lot of showcases because my friends invite me to them all the time.
Yeah.
I did not discover him, but I learned about who Asaka the Renegade was because of a showcase.
Okay.
And that was like a big deal to me because I was like, how does nobody know like about this dude? And then I kept pushing him after that, like, yo. So there's always like that opportunity that somebody might catch you, like a hell of a might be at one of those and be like, man, I see you. Opportunities and doors can open up, but I'll say this. It is kind of a scheme because at the end of the day, you're paying. You don't know what time you're going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, bro? They tax the hell out of you, and sometimes they don't even give up those prizes. So I would say the most an artist should pay to get on a showcase is $150.
Oh no, that's a good price.
Yeah, but now it's like 500, 1,000, and
Man,
there's 30
what?
people on the lineup. Nobody's trying to watch 30 rappers, bro.
$1,000. It'd be like $1,000 to perform. And like you said, you don't know the time. They don't be giving out the prizes. So
They don't
know.
promote it for real. Like
They don't
nobody even
promote.
knows you were there. Like
So if we got to do better. We got to do better with the showcases. I feel like, especially, we got to do a little more A&R work too for these showcases. Like, get some talent. Go pick out some people like you might want to give a better price to. Like, oh no, this song going crazy. You might can bring people to the showcase. Let me highlight you a little bit more. True. So we got to do a little. It's all about money nowadays, though. Everybody want the money, man.
A little bit of like discounts, a little bit of something.
Yeah,
even opening up for rappers is crazy now too, because it's like they beg, all right, $1,000 to open up for T Grizzly, whatever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you realize you got a 2 p.m. slot, bro. Nobody's there but the janitor.
I know how this, but the music game it's all about money. Like even with the features and everything is about money right now. I want to say, as an up-and-coming artist, you got to be prepared for that. But then you can't be afraid to, like, pay for showcase. You can't be afraid to pay for features because this could be beneficial. But when a person try to take advantage of you, you kind of back off, though, for real.
Well, this is the most important time to build the face card because AI is taking over, whether people want to believe it or not. AI is going to literally conquer the music scene and the entertainment scene as a whole. So right now, you need a face card so that people know you are genuinely a real human being. They need to know you are a genuine human being. They can actually look at your history. They can actually look at you and know you are a real person moving on and following your actual story is important to them. Because in 2027, bro, we don't know what we're going to be following.
Damn, you said 2027. That's close, man.
We don't know what we're going to... Bro, there's Tupac right now is on Sesame Street, son.
That was crazy.
And I was watching that shit like, all right, what's the next
Tupac
episode?
had the Detroit Lions jersey on, walking in the parade. I'm like, man, what's going on? So you right about that. AI is taking over. So it is good. Go out there and show your face.
Facts, bro.
Go out there and...
What projects can you announce to everybody?
I'm working on a project right now. I don't know what I want to call it, but I'm thinking it's gonna be like a follow up to Real is Rare. So I might do Real is Rare too. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things like, if it ain't broke, why fix it? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I might come back with the Real is Rare too, because I got a lot more to talk about.
Absolutely, man. I look forward to it, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you hit one, this is a lesson I learned a long time ago. If you hit one, you can hit 100 times.
Yeah,
if you can do it once, you can literally do it 100 fucking times.
Yeah. And I got some people I'm looking to work with in my genre, like the way I talk. I'm damn near trying to create a whole new genre.
Yeah, you and 1UP would work great together for sure.
Yeah,
that shit real streets.
Yeah, definitely. We got some in the works though for sure.
You and 1UP?
Yeah, we got something in the works. We actually, we got something in the works. I want to work with Courtney Bill too, though.
Courtney Bill,
dope too. I want to work with him too. He been like you said, like that mainstream style, but he knew how to combine it together though with the mainstream. He be mixing both worlds. So I like Courtney Bill.
Yeah, he's a very I mean, I don't know if he likes being called the conscious rapper, but he's like the most conscious rapper that's from the city right now.
I guess you could consider him a conscious rapper, but I be seeing it's so many elements to his music. Like I be listening to Courtney Bill, so that'd be another person I work with. I want to work with a couple other people too, though. But
sure,
them two though for sure. Them the highlights.
Man, I appreciate you doing this talk, man. Very elaborative, especially with your way of dissecting the music scene from an artist's perspective, and also, I could still consider you a manager profile as a person who understands the game enough to be able to spit it to people. So appreciate you letting people know your thoughts and your feelings, and also the music that you've been releasing. Like I said, if you can do it once, you can do it 1,000 times. Right? Parallel Sound Studio, Hollow Visual, shooting these productions, rock piece. Fire!